So after 1 year of having the Apple Watch Series 6, I finally decided to optimize it to make my life easier and more productive. I have the 40mm Apple Watch with the blue sports band. I love the 40mm size. I had a Fitbit before. I've been Fitbit gang for years and just kept upgrading every time they brought out a new one. So when I first got this Apple Watch, I was just using it for tracking my workouts and my steps as I did with my Fitbit. So on my watch now, I can easily press this little man here and track a workout. They have loads of different workouts that you can choose. If there's not one here, you can add workout, and look how many there are on here. You can do this easily by customizing your interface on your watch through the Apple Watch app on your phone. I also have my steps here, which is great to see, and my battery power at the bottom. When exercising, if you're listening to music or podcasts, you can easily swipe on your Apple Watch and change to a different song or a different podcast without using your phone. So the first thing you'll want to do with your Apple Watch to improve productivity is to reduce the amount of notifications that you get on your watch. Because this watch is basically your phone on your wrist, there's no point trying to reduce your phone time but then getting all your notifications on your wrist anyway. If you're doing a particular task that you don't want to be interrupted from, you can also put your watch into theatre mode, and this stops all the notifications coming through. The Apple Watch has greatly reduced my need to go onto my phone. Therefore, I'm always losing or forgetting where I put my phone. So it's really good that this Apple Watch has a ping feature, so that you just swipe up, press this little ping, and there's my phone. Very handy. Okay, so to make sure that I am productive and I stick to the things that I need to do today, I use my Apple Calendar on my phone. So you can do this either at the beginning of the day or the beginning of the week and just plan out what you need to do hour by hour, and this syncs to your Apple Watch. So depending on the interface that you've chosen on your Apple Watch, you can then see your agenda for the day. I still use my Notion app and my physical diary to write my to-do list and everything, because I just like using those. But it's also handy to just look at your wrist and then just see what you have next, because it has what you're meant to be doing now and then what is upcoming during the day. I don't use this every single day, just on days where I have a lot to do and I need to stick to the plan, otherwise they're not going to get done. Because I don't do this every day, it's very handy that you can have different watch faces to swipe between depending on what you're doing. For example, on my productive days, I will have this Apple Watch face where it tells me my agenda, as I was saying before. But when I'm on rotation, I will swipe and change this to the other watch face, which has the stopwatch timer instead of the calendar. And this is because on rotations, I need to count the heart rate and the rest rate of patients. Therefore, I need to use this timer. I also have another interface which I rarely use. It's more of an activity type interface if I wanted to see my the Apple rings. But personally, I'm more interested in just my steps, how many steps I've done. So I just use one of the other two interfaces. But you can customize this on the Apple Watch app. So there are some apps that I have on my Apple Watch which I find very useful for when I want to be productive, as it's a replacement for being on my phone. Even if I use my phone to look at a text quickly, or if a notification comes on my phone, it is the urge to go onto social media is too strong, and sometimes I just can't resist. So it's better to have these apps on my watch, and I can just put my phone underneath my duvet on the other side of the room and be working at my desk. So the first app that I really enjoy is the Be Focused app, or there's also another app called Focus, and this is basically a timer that uses the Pomodoro method, which is where you work for 25 minutes and then have a break, maybe like 5 minutes, and then work for another 25 minutes and then have a break, and so on and so forth. Before using this on my watch, I used to use the Flora app on my phone, and I still do this sometimes if I'm not being as productive as I could be, because the Flora app is basically the same thing. You can set a timer, and then it locks your phone, it grows a tree, and if you go onto your phone, then it kills the tree. So it's trying to make you not go on your phone. However, as I said before, it's very easy to just look at my phone and then be too tempted to go onto social media. However, if I just have this app on my watch, I can see the time, but if I look at my watch, there's no Instagram, there's no Twitter, there's no social media that I can scroll on my watch. So I find that better than using the Flora app on my phone. Unfortunately, you can't get the Flora app. It's not compatible with the Apple Watch, therefore that's why you have to get one of the other apps, such as Be Focused or Focus. Another app that I've recently discovered is called Drafts, and that is, so you know those times when you're just walking around or you're doing something and then a thought pops into your head. It could be like a video idea, or you just remember that you need to buy, I don't know, what's something that will pop into your head that you need to buy? You need to buy some chocolate. With this app, you can literally say, "Hey Siri, create a note in Drafts," and it will...
What do you want it to say?
"Please could you remind me to get some chocolate from the shop."
Okay, Drafts created a note. Please could you remind me to get some chocolate from the shop?
So now that's added to the Drafts app, and then at the end of the day, or whenever you're able to look at your phone, then you click on the app, and then it has all the lists of everything that you've created a note for. And that's just very useful, instead of, so before I would think, oh, I'll remember that, but I never did. Or I'll quickly go on my notes app on my phone and then type it in. However, as I said before, once you pick up the phone, it's just very hard to get back into your flow state of doing whatever you were doing. And yeah, I think that's really useful, because obviously you're just speaking to your watch and it's way easier than typing. You could also type it on your watch, but personally I don't find it easy to write on my watch. I have to speak to it. So I've also started to want to track my sleep, because even though I feel quite good on 6 hours sleep, I do want to get a full 8 hours sleep and start going to bed earlier. So I use the sleep app that comes with the phone, and you can set a bedtime and it will beep on your wrist when you need to go to sleep and when you should wake up. You have the option to add an alarm or not add an alarm, and with the alarm it can either be a vibration or a sound alarm, or both. I used to charge my Apple Watch at nighttime because the battery life on this is poor compared to a Fitbit, but now that I'm wearing it to track my sleep, I just have to make sure that I charge it in the morning when I have a shower, or just little periods throughout the day when I'm able to. Oh, one little bonus thing that's actually very helpful as well is, you know, because we have to wear masks now and you have the Face ID on your phone, it's super annoying having to take off your mask, or you have to put in your passcode. If you have your watch on, you can set it in settings to unlock your phone when you're wearing your Apple Watch. So that is very handy, and it also works to unlock your laptop as well if you have a MacBook, if you're wearing a watch. So those are just some of the things that my Apple Watch do to help me be more productive. 2022 is the year for productivity and consistency. So if you have an Apple Watch and this helped you, please could you like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, because it would really help my channel and I would appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.